Alright y'all, welcome back to another video. So y'all know that I like Chord generator plugins or features that they add in these software. So today I'm going to be trying this new chord generation that we have in here. So I just want to give it a try for the first time because I've never used it before, just to see how good it is and how easy it is to create chords. So what I'm going to do here is I have a beat that I created just so that we can have something cool to work on. So let me play the beat back so we can take a listen to it. It's a vibe, bro. It's a vibe. It's sounding really good. And I made this beat using all my drums that you can find linked down below. So you can have all these drums that I use and even more that I didn't even touch on in this beat, but I've used in other videos, so that you can get a sample of what your boy uses to create all these beats. These are my own personal ingredients that you can also have. So check the link that's down below. Okay, now let's get into it. So what I want to do here is I want to create a chord progression. So what I loaded up here is a morphine, and on this morphine I loaded up the preset deviating keys. It's really nice. I really like this preset. It sounds really good. So I'm gonna create a new pattern down here. I'm gonna create pattern number 4, and I'm gonna load it up here for 4 bars, right like that. And I'm going to come to piano roll like this, and I'm going to come down here to the piano roll options and click the drop down, come to tools, because it's a tool. So it's not necessarily a plugin, but it's a tool. And I'm going to come here to built-in and generate chord progression, or you can press option P. So boom, there it is. It's now open. Super easy to look at, super simple. So there's a play button here that I can already see to the left, but if I press space, it's going to play. I thought it was going to play with the beat that I had created, but it's just playing the chord progression on its own. I'm not sure if maybe there's a switch you need to toggle to change that or something. I'm not really sure. Oh, I see that it switched to pattern mode instead of song mode. And I know that I was in song mode. So I think when you're working with this, you're just going to work in pattern mode and you only hear the chord progression, which is not bad. But I really hope that they can make us hear the beat, or have the option to be able to engage the beat so that you hear it with the chord progression, so you can kind of have an idea of what it's going to sound like at the end. Okay, so there's definitely a big button that says generate here. I'm just going to click on it again. That sounds really cool, but I'm not really sure about the key, and I can see here it says D major. I'm gonna try and change that. Let's change it to a D sharp. Let's change that to that, and maybe also change the scale. Let's change it to a pentatonic, like a minor pentatonic, and generate. Okay. Hey, that sounds good. I actually like that. That sounds really good. I like that. I'm going to accept that. So I'm going to click accept. Done. So now let's hear it with the music. Let's hear it with the beat. I'm just going to add more down here. Oh, that sounds so good. That sounds so good. And it was crazy easy how I came up with this chord progression. It was so good, so fast. You just have to pick the key and the scale just to make sure that you're in the right key and scale that you really like. And the chord progression is just that easy. You saw me, I didn't even need to touch a lot of buttons to end up with a progression like this. Now what I want to do is I want to add some bass, because I can see that it's got some bass notes here that are down here. So I can just copy these over to a bass plugin, and I have loaded up in this GMS here a Reese bass, and I played around with the cutoff. So I just closed down the cutoff a little bit so I can play it later, and I have some glide here, like a frequency slide. It's really nice when you have a little bit of that frequency slide on there. It just gives it a little bit of class, right? So now I just have to copy this pattern, and I'm going to create a new pattern right here, like there, and paste that and open the piano roll and delete all these notes here. And I just need to go maybe 2 octaves higher. Hey, I like that. I like that. I really, really like that. And I want this to play maybe 2 times before it goes maybe to like a lower bass. So I'll just move this up like this, but I'm just going to copy this like that. And I'm also going to copy these like that. So it comes in 2 times. And right there by the beat drop, that's when now I can change the bass sound to like a lower bass sound. So I can create another pattern here. That'll be pattern 6 that I can put right here. And I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm just going to copy this bass to this pattern here and paste that there like this. And then I go into this one and drop it down an octave. So I'm just pressing Command down. So now let's hear the transition from the higher octave to the lower octave. That sounds pretty good. I like how that sounds. So this lower bass here doesn't necessarily have to be the same bass, like the same Reese bass I'm using here. I'm just not going to stress about that right now because it's not the point of this video, but I just wanted to kind of show you that now that you have the chord progression, you also kind of semi have the bass as well, because now you just copy the bass notes of that chord progression and then you drop it into a bass sound, and then you have a really good bass. And what you can do is you can also just play around with the bass and chop it up and things like that to make it real nice. I have a video where I shared that, how to turn a basic bass line into something that's much more special, which is really cool. But now back to the chord generation. The chord generation is really cool. I would love to see them create maybe a bass line generator that can maybe pick up the bass that it can suggest based off maybe the chord progression that you give it. Like, let's say I've got this chord progression here, then you can load that chord progression into that tool, and then it can generate like infinite bass lines for you, just like how I'm sure you can create infinite chord progressions with this tool. That would be a really cool thing. It's really dope. So let's just go back into it and just take another look. I want to try other things here, so let me just cancel this. Okay, discard changes and cancel this, and I'm just going to mute what I just created just now so that we can create some new. And I'm going to create a new pattern number 7 here, and 4 bars again. So same process, open piano roll, and then tools, generate chord progression right there, so that we can play around with it a little bit more. Oh, so it's still the same chord that it still has loaded, that it generated and was spat out the previous time. So let's play around with the length. So if I go 2 beats, okay, the chords are arranged faster. And if I go a bar, that's where we were. And if I go 2 bars, it's just holding for longer. That's really cool. I really like that. It's not bad at all. I really like that. And I like that you can play around and change the chords. If you don't like a certain chord in this progression, I see that you can actually change that if you just click on it. Can you double click though? Oh yeah, you just have to double click. And there's a bass. Okay, there's a bass clef right there. So it means that you can, if you want to turn off the bass notes, you can just turn off the bass notes right there. That's really cool. And what does this names do? Oh, you can change the names. Okay, that's cool. And there's a snap right there. There's presets, performance, and advanced. We're not going to get into those right now. I'm going to need to play with those a bit more, but that's basically it on this chord generator. There's not really much there, But you let me know what you think about it. I feel like it's really easy to use. You can definitely not struggle or never even struggle to create chord progressions as long as you load this up and you have a good place to start. I'm sure there's no limit to how many chord progressions you can create with this thing. There's also options for generation here. Oh, so you're just choosing main and bass. So not really that much. Very simple. I love that. I love simple tools that you can use. So I'm just going to discard this and then we're going to stick to what I made here. But y'all let me know what y'all think down below. Have you tried this before, this chord generator, or is it something new, or you're now interested in trying it out? But again, if you want to support the channel, there are links down below. If you want to grab anything that I use to make my music here on the channel, you can check out the links down below to my store. And if you also want to like and subscribe, you can go ahead and do that. We're almost at 80K, baby. Super excited for that milestone. That's going to be really dope. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. I'm X and I'm out. Peace.